You look at your website analytics and the numbers are climbing. Hundreds, maybe thousands of visitors are landing on your site every month. But when you check your inbox, there is nothing. No sales inquiries, no quote requests, no bookings. Just a steady stream of traffic leaking out of your funnel before it ever reaches your sales team. Standard informative web pages are designed for browsing. To actually fix that leak, you need a sales page. This is a standalone web page engineered solely to guide a visitor through a logical decision-making process and drive a single defined commercial action. Over the next few minutes, we are going to build the architecture for that page. We will move from a blank document to a fully structured section-by-section copywriting wireframe. To get started, you need 3 prerequisites: a blank digital document, the specific service you are selling, and the exact target customer who needs it. Design and aesthetics provide credibility, but they don't generate revenue on their own. Without a conversion-first structure, even a polished site fails to turn traffic into a tangible business outcome. The foundational law of high-converting copy is the rule of 1. It dictates absolute singular focus. This layout requires 3 mandatory components: 1 primary reader, 1 clear value proposition, and 1 specific offer. But if you attempt to sell to corporate buyers, budget shoppers, and job seekers all on the same page, your structure breaks, diluting your message. With your single target defined, we transition to the page's first element, the hero headline. Its only job is to communicate what the prospect gains, rather than what your company does. This split screen shows a formula for an effective headline. On the left, a generic feature. On the right, we combine the desired outcome with the removal of a common pain point. Take that outcome-driven statement and lock it into the top position of your running wireframe document. A compelling headline earns the right to continue the pitch. It signals to the reader that you understand the exact transformation they are looking for. Directly beneath the headline, we map out the middle section of the page using a psychological structure called the PAS framework. Problem, agitate, solve. First, reality, describing their current frustration of 0 leads. Then, agitate the consequences, like potential clients abandoning broken mobile layouts for competitors. Finally, present the solution. Your service acts as the bridge from their struggle to their desired outcome. By articulating a prospect's struggle more clearly than they can themselves, you demonstrate a deep understanding of their situation. This builds a foundation of trust before you even present your technical credentials. As you introduce your solution, avoid the common trap of leading with technical features or industry buzzwords. Empathy must precede authority. A potential buyer is unlikely to evaluate your solution until they are convinced you intimately understand their specific problem. To handle technical details without losing the reader, we use the AFB model, feature, advantage, benefit, to translate specs into business value. This table maps out the translation path. You start with the feature, like a mobile layout. You connect that to its advantage. It renders flawlessly on smartphones, which finally points to the benefit. You stop losing leads from mobile users. Because buyers are naturally skeptical of online claims, you must back these benefits with immediate proof. In our wireframe, we place high-value trust signals high up on the page. We inject a designated trust bar containing client logos and data metrics directly beneath the hero headline, rather than burying them at the bottom. Next, address buyer objections directly. If they worry about project abandonment or downtime, explain your support processes and service-level agreements here. Trust is not a given. It is a calculated part of the page design, positioned specifically where a buyer's hesitation is likely to peak. With the offer's logic established, we reach the final component, the primary call to action. This eliminates any remaining doubt about the next step in the buying process. We replace passive button copy like Submit with strong, outcome-focused commands. Request Your Free Website Audit tells the user exactly what they get. This singular call to action should be repeated at multiple strategic points throughout the page architecture to ensure it is always accessible. Ambiguity at this final step creates hesitation. If a prospect isn't sure what happens after clicking, they're significantly more likely to abandon the page and seek a simpler alternative. Reviewing the completed wireframe, you can see the strategic flow. We move from the hooked headline, through the trust bar, into the PAS framework, translate features into AB benefits, and finish with a clear call to action. You have successfully turned a blank document into a structured, psychological sales asset. Your next steps are to move this copy into a website builder, ensure it renders correctly on mobile devices, and begin tracking your conversion rates. Building a sales page this way creates a structured system. It aligns your messaging with the buyer's decision-making process to turn traffic into a consistent source of new inquiries.